Chosen one, do not mistake your presence here as mere coincidence. This moment, this very encounter, is a divine alignment. The universe is speaking to you, and your spirit is listening. You are not a random bystander, drifting through life without purpose. You are a chosen vessel, handpicked for greatness. Your journey, though it may feel long and uncertain, has been designed by forces far greater than you can comprehend. And now, a transformation is coming, an awakening that will not only shift your circumstances but will redefine the very essence of who you are. This is the beginning of something extraordinary, something that will shake the foundations of your life. Wealth, once a distant dream, is about to become your reality. You may look at your current bank balance and feel the weight of frustration, perhaps even hopelessness. It might seem like the finish line is a world away. And yet, heaven has already declared your abundance. Your financial breakthrough was never a matter of if, but when. Even in this moment of lack, God has been preparing you for what is to come. Your empty account does not define you, nor does it dictate your future. What you see as absence is merely the space where your destiny is being built, awaiting the right time to manifest. Trust that what is coming is far more than just a number on a bank statement. It is a divine fulfillment of promises that were made long before you could even imagine them. But here's the truth that many fail to grasp. Wealth is not simply a blessing to be received. It is a test of your character, your integrity, and your ability to steward what God is about to entrust to you. Sudden wealth is not a free pass to live in luxury without purpose. It comes with weight, responsibility, and a deep sense of duty. You will be asked to carry it, not as a trophy to be admired, but as a tool to fulfill a higher calling. How you manage this wealth, how you handle it when it arrives, will determine the course of your future. The world may celebrate the numbers, the luxury, and the lifestyle, but God will watch how you use it to build, to serve, and to elevate others. It will test your heart, your humility, and your alignment with the divine purpose that is woven into your life. Do not be fooled by the illusions of quick gain or effortless abundance. The true measure of wealth is not in how much you acquire, but in how well you handle the weight of that abundance. It will reveal the hidden corners of your soul, the places where fear, pride, and insecurity lie in wait. These things will rise to the surface, demanding your attention. And in this moment, you will face a choice: to allow the wealth to consume you, or to allow it to refine you, to transform you into a steward who does not just receive, but multiplies what is given. This is not just about acquiring more for the sake of yourself. It is about using this divine abundance to impact the world, to shift atmospheres, to break generational cycles, and to leave a legacy that will far outlast the fleeting nature of money itself. So, understand this, chosen one. You are not just preparing to receive wealth. You are preparing to become a vessel for it, to carry it with wisdom, to wield it with discernment, and to build with it what others only dream of. The road ahead may be challenging, and the weight may feel heavy at times. But remember, you were made for this. You have been uniquely crafted for this moment. Now is the time to rise, to claim your inheritance, and to prove to yourself, to the world, and to heaven that you are ready for what is to come. In the quiet of your journey, when it seemed like nothing was happening, God was working behind the scenes. You were in a season of hidden preparation, a time when the world saw your stillness as stagnation, but heaven was orchestrating your rise. You may have felt overlooked, as if the promises were slipping further out of reach. But in reality, the silence was the sacred space where your spirit was being shaped, your heart refined, and your character strengthened. It wasn't a pause. It was a powerful process. In the shadows, God was cultivating in you the resilience, wisdom, and maturity required to carry the wealth that's about to come. This was not a season of punishment. It was divine protection. You were being shielded, being held in the palm of God's hand, being prepared to steward blessings beyond your comprehension, while others were out chasing fleeting fame, status, and recognition. You were being processed for something far greater purpose. Where many sought applause, you sought depth. You may have watched as others ascended quickly, while you remained in your hidden place, doing the work no one saw. But understand this: what they sought was temporary, while what you are about to receive is eternal. Their pursuit was for the applause of men, but your journey has been about alignment with divine destiny. They raced to be noticed. You've been learning to be steady, to walk with integrity, and to stand firm in purpose. In this secret season, God was not ignoring you. He was preparing you to hold wealth in a way that would honor Him and fulfill the calling on your life. The beauty of this process is that it wasn't just about accumulating knowledge or skills. It was about refining the very core of who you are. You were not being shaped to handle money for your own glory, but to become a vessel capable of stewarding resources that will change lives. Money will not define you. The way you use it will, and the way you use it will be determined by how well you've learned to lead yourself. In this season, God has been teaching you the most valuable lessons, not lessons about wealth, but lessons about wisdom, about discernment, about using power and influence responsibly. You are learning that true success is not measured by how much you gain, but by how much you give, how much you impact, and how much you empower others along the way. The waiting, the struggles, the times when it felt like nothing was moving, were not in vain. They were not random delays, but essential stages in your divine preparation. You've been in God's boot camp, learning to handle the weight of what's to come without letting it crush your spirit or distract you from your true mission. It's easy to mistake a season of struggle for a curse, but it was in these moments that your character was tested, your heart was stretched, and your faith was deepened. This was the training ground that would fortify you against the temptations and distractions that wealth can bring. God knew you weren't ready yet, and in His loving wisdom, He allowed you to wait because He was preparing not just your bank account, but your soul. To manage the abundance that would one day flood your life, the struggle was not a sign of God's disfavor. It was a sign of His faith in you. He was building something sturdy, something unshakable. While the world focused on the visible, God was focused on the invisible. He wasn't concerned with how much you had in your wallet. He was concerned with what was in your heart. He wanted to make sure that when the blessings arrived, they wouldn't destroy you but would align with the purpose He has for you. Your waiting season was divine training, molding you into someone who could carry wealth without letting it define you. It was never about the money. It was about making sure that your character could withstand the weight of the legacy you are about to build. And now, as you prepare to step into your next season, you will understand that this was the most important part of the journey. The preparation. Wealth, when it arrives, is not just a gift. It's a profound test. A test of character, of integrity, and of responsibility. It may come as a blessing, but it also brings with it the weight of accountability. As you step into this new realm of abundance, it will reveal more about you than you ever imagined. Money, after all, doesn't change who you are. It magnifies what is already within. It exposes your desires, your insecurities, your motivations, and your intentions. It acts like a mirror, reflecting back the truth of your inner world. And that is where the true challenge lies. How will you handle the wealth that is about to flow into your life? Will it elevate you, or will it expose the cracks in your foundation? You see, wealth does not make you who you are. It simply amplifies the essence of who you've been becoming all along. If you have been grounded in humility, in service, and in wisdom, wealth will magnify those qualities. But if your foundation is rooted in insecurity, in a desire for validation, or in fear, then wealth will bring those flaws to the surface in ways you cannot ignore. It will test your motives, your intentions, and your true sense of self-worth. This is why the process of preparation, the quiet seasons where you felt unseen, were so vital. Without them, you would not have been ready to carry the weight of this responsibility. Now, as the floodgates of abundance open, you must be aware of the shift that is taking place within you. It is not just a shift in your financial status, but a shift in your very identity. You are stepping into a new role, one that requires great wisdom, great humility, and great discernment. This is a test of your character, not your ability to acquire wealth. And this is why, when sudden wealth arrives, it can be so dangerous if you are not prepared. Over 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt within 5 years of their windfall. This is not because they were cursed or unlucky, but because they were unprepared. Wealth, when it is bestowed upon someone who is not ready to manage it, can quickly become a destructive force. The excitement of instant success, the allure of endless possibilities, can cloud judgment, leading to impulsive decisions and poor choices. But you, chosen one, are not like the others. You have been prepared in the hidden season for this moment. You have been forged in the fire of struggle and silence. You have cultivated patience, discernment, and wisdom. Your character has been refined, and now you are ready to receive and manage what is coming. The temptation of wealth can be overwhelming. It promises freedom, status, and comfort. But without wisdom, without self-discipline, it can quickly turn into a burden. Suddenly, you may find yourself overwhelmed by choices, distracted by the opinions of others, and confused by the noise of success. Money will try to seduce you into believing that it is the key to happiness, fulfillment, and peace. But true wealth is not about what you can buy, what you can show off, or the applause you receive. True wealth is about stewardship. It is about managing the resources that have been entrusted to you in a way that honors your purpose and serves others. It is about knowing that what you have been given is not yours to keep, but yours to steward for a greater cause. This is where discipline becomes paramount. True wealth is not about living in excess or splurging on fleeting pleasures. It is about making wise decisions, having a clear vision of your values, and using your resources to create lasting impact. It is about living with intention, being intentional about how you spend your time, your money, and your energy. The world may tell you that wealth is about acquiring more, but you know that true wealth is about being able to give more. More love, more service, more impact. It is about creating opportunities for others to rise, for communities to thrive, and for legacies to be built. When you approach wealth with a heart of service, it transforms from a tool for personal gain into a means for transformation. Discipline in wealth is not just about resisting temptation. It is about developing a mindset of stewardship, recognizing that everything you have is a gift from God, and that how you manage that gift will determine the course of your life. You will be entrusted with resources that have the power to change lives. But with that power comes responsibility. How will you use it? Will you hoard it for yourself? Or will you use it to bless others? Will you make impulsive choices? Or will you carefully plan your steps to ensure that your wealth is creating a ripple effect of positive change? The key to managing wealth is not in how much you have, but in how much you can give. When your focus shifts from accumulation to distribution, from personal gain to collective blessing, you will see wealth in a new light. It becomes a tool, a vehicle for God's purpose. You are not the owner of your wealth. You are the steward. Everything you have, including your money, your talents, and your time, is entrusted to you for a higher purpose. You are simply the vessel through which these blessings flow into the world, and as you begin to steward your wealth with divine responsibility, you will also find that your wealth will grow. When you are faithful with little, you will be trusted with more. This is a spiritual principle that applies to all aspects of life, including wealth. God is looking for those who can be trusted with resources that go beyond personal comfort. He is looking for those who will use their wealth to bring glory to His name and to serve others. This is the heart of true wealth, the ability to create, to give, and to bless. It is not enough to simply acquire wealth and hold on to it for yourself. True wealth is a reflection of your values, of the legacy you want to leave behind, and of the impact you want to make. Your stewardship will be tested in ways you cannot yet imagine. Will you remain grounded, centered in your purpose, and focused on what truly matters? Or will you be swept away by the distractions of fame, comfort, and security? The choice is yours. The responsibility of wealth is great, but the rewards of faithful stewardship are far greater. You are not just being given wealth for your own benefit. You are being entrusted with it to change the world. And how you manage it will determine the course of your future, as well as the future of those who are touched by your generosity. As you embrace the responsibility of wealth, remember that it is not about ownership but about stewardship. You are a custodian of the resources God has given you. You are called to multiply what you have, to build the sticky, and to invest in things that will outlast your lifetime. This is the true meaning of wealth: to create, to serve, and to leave a lasting legacy. When you view your wealth through this lens, you will find a deeper sense of fulfillment, peace, and purpose. You will know that you are walking in alignment with God's will, using your wealth not just to build your own life, but to build the kingdom. The responsibility of wealth is not a burden. It is a privilege, and with that privilege comes the power to change lives, to make a difference, and to leave an eternal mark on the world. As the wealth you've been promised begins to manifest, it is not just a material blessing. It is a divine shift, a transformation that reaches far beyond the numbers in your bank account. This is not just about an upgrade in lifestyle. It's about the transformation of your very identity. You were never meant to receive wealth solely for personal gain. The true purpose of this abundance is far grander, far more eternal. It is meant to fuel your legacy, to empower the building of God's kingdom on earth, and to enable you to serve others in ways that you never could have imagined. What is coming to you is not just a gift for today, it is a foundation for tomorrow, a platform to elevate not only your life, but the lives of those around you. You are stepping into a role of influence, but with that influence comes a responsibility that cannot be taken lightly. The wealth that is about to enter your life is part of your divine assignment, not an accident, not an indulgence. It is a sacred trust. The magnitude of what is unfolding will require you to rise, to elevate your thinking, and to live with a new level of intentionality. No longer will your focus be on what you can accumulate for yourself, but on what you can give, what you can build, and how you can use your influence to create a lasting impact in this world. This transformation in character and identity will shift your priorities, your mindset, and your purpose. You will see wealth as a tool, one to be used not for personal indulgence, but for the flourishing of others and for the fulfillment of your divine calling. But this transformation is not without its challenges. Wealth has a way of revealing things within us that we may not have wanted to see. It magnifies both our strengths and our weaknesses, and that can be unsettling. The danger of wealth, especially sudden wealth, is that it has the potential to expose the deepest cracks in your character, the unhealed wounds, the insecurities that you've long tried to bury. It doesn't matter how much you've grown spiritually, how much you've worked on yourself. It's easy to believe that wealth will bring you peace and security, but in truth, it will expose everything you've been avoiding. This is where many people falter. The ego rises with the promise of power, and it can be all too tempting to seek validation, to be admired, and to let the approval of others define your worth. But this is the very thing you must guard against. You must understand that wealth is not a badge of honor. It is a responsibility. The more you gain, the more you must remain grounded, humble, and vigilant. The temptation to seek validation through external means, whether through luxury, status, or recognition, will be strong, but in the face of wealth, you must learn to strip away the masks, to let go of the need for approval, and to remain rooted in the truth of who you are. You are not defined by what you own, by how much money you have, or by the power you wield. You are defined by your relationship with God, by your integrity, by your service, and by the legacy you are building. To allow ego to take root would be to lose sight of your true purpose, and that is the subtle danger of wealth. Think of the example of King Saul. Saul started with humility, small in his own eyes, willing to serve. But when wealth and power came to him, they began to change him in ways that were not immediately obvious. At first, he remained humble, but as his influence grew, so did his ego. He became consumed with the need to prove his worth, to defend his reputation, and to secure his position. In time, the wealth and power corrupted his heart, exposing his insecurities. His fear of losing control and his obsession with external validation. Rather than using his position to serve and build God's kingdom, he allowed it to drive him further from his divine purpose. His arrogance, fueled by his wealth and position, led to his downfall. His story serves as a powerful warning. Wealth, when mishandled, will expose the worst parts of you, not to punish you, but to give you an opportunity to confront them. It is a tool that can either shape you or break you, depending on how you choose to wield it. So, as you step into this season of abundance, remember that wealth will magnify what is already inside you. If your identity is still tethered to the approval of others, if you seek to flaunt what you have, or use your wealth as a means of self-validation, you will find yourself lost in the pursuit of things that ultimately cannot satisfy. But if you approach this wealth with humility, with a deep sense of responsibility, and with a commitment to use it for a higher purpose, you will experience a transformation that aligns with your true calling. The wealth you are receiving is not meant to define you. It is meant to equip you for the work that lies ahead. As you walk this path, remember the words of Luke 12:48. To whom much is given, much is required. With the abundance that is about to enter your life, comes a greater demand for stewardship, for humility, and for wisdom. You will not be called to hoard or flaunt what you've been given, but to use it to serve others, to elevate those around you, and to build something that will last beyond your lifetime. The key to thriving in wealth is to remember that you are a steward, not an owner. What has been entrusted to you is not yours to possess for your own glory. It is yours to use for God's purposes and for the good of others. This transformation in your character and identity will be a lifelong process, one that requires constant self-reflection, humility, and a willingness to let go of old ways of thinking. As you receive more, you must learn to hold it loosely, knowing that it is a gift to be used for something greater than yourself. True wealth is not found in how much you accumulate, but in how much you give, how much you serve, and how much you use your influence to make a difference. You are being called to rise above the temptation of ego, above the allure of validation, and to keep your focus on the legacy you are building. Your wealth will not define you, your character will. Your identity is not rooted in the amount of money you have, but in the way you live, in the way you love, and in the way you serve. As you embrace this transformation, you will find that true fulfillment comes not from the wealth itself, but from the purpose you are fulfilling through it. Wealth is not the destination, it is the vehicle that will take you to the life you were always meant to live. And as you walk this path, grounded in humility and focused on legacy, you will find peace, purpose, and a joy that nothing on this earth can provide. In moments when the waiting feels unbearable, when it seems like the promises are slipping further away, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that delay equals denial. You've prayed, you've worked, you've been faithful, and yet, it feels like you're stuck in an endless cycle of waiting. The world around you moves at a pace that seems too fast to catch, while you stand still, watching others receive what you've been waiting for. But let me tell you this, don't mistake delay for denial. In fact, the delay is part of the process, part of the divine orchestration that is happening behind the scenes. God is not withholding from you. He is preparing you. The waiting season is not a punishment. It's a season of divine protection, refinement, and equipping. You see, God, in His infinite wisdom, knows that the wealth and abundance He has for you must come at the right time, when you are truly ready to handle it. If the blessings arrive too soon, they might overwhelm you, or worse, they might consume you. Sometimes, the delay is not because of anything you've done wrong, but because God is positioning you to be able to receive it without losing your sense of purpose, without being swayed by the distractions that wealth can bring. You are being shielded, protected, and prepared for what is to come. This is not just about wealth. It's about character, perspective, and the strength to handle the weight of what God is about to entrust to you. If you were handed everything you desire right now, without the right foundation, you would not know how to carry it, and you might lose yourself in the process. The waiting time is about building your capacity to handle not just the material blessings, but the responsibilities and challenges that come with them. God is preparing your heart, your mind, and your spirit to be able to carry the magnitude of the calling ahead. Consider the life of Joseph, a man whose journey was marked by years of waiting, suffering, and seeming setbacks. Joseph's story is a perfect example of how God's timing works and why the waiting period is never wasted. Joseph was promised greatness from an early age, but that promise did not manifest in an instant. Instead, Joseph was sold into slavery, falsely accused, and thrown into prison. From a human perspective, it might have seemed like God had forgotten him. It would have been easy for Joseph to question the promise he had received, to give up hope, or to believe that he was being denied the future he had been shown. But Joseph's time in prison was not a denial of the promise. It was a preparation for it. In the depths of that prison, God was working on Joseph's heart. He was teaching him humility, patience, and trust. Joseph was learning the character and wisdom necessary to be the ruler he was destined to become. Had Joseph been released from prison too early? Had he been elevated to his position of power before he was ready? It would have destroyed him. His ego, his lack of experience, and his immaturity would have prevented him from fulfilling the call on his life. The time he spent in prison was essential. It was in that seemingly hopeless place that Joseph's heart was refined, his leadership skills were sharpened, and his understanding of God's plan for his life deepened. Without that time of waiting, Joseph would not have been equipped to handle the position he would one day hold. Joseph's story is a powerful reminder that delay is not the same as denial. In fact, it is often in the waiting that we experience the most significant growth. God knows that in order to step into the future He has for us, we must first grow into it. There are things we must learn, lessons we must embrace, and characteristics we must develop before we can fully step into the blessing. God's timing is never late. It is always perfect, even when it doesn't feel that way. The waiting season is not a sign that God has forgotten you or that the promise is not coming. It is a sign that God is actively working behind the scenes to prepare you for the next level. Trusting God's timing means trusting that He knows what is best for you, even when you don't understand why things are taking longer than expected. It means letting go of the need to control the pace of your life and surrendering to the process. God sees the bigger picture. He knows the exact moment when you will be ready to handle the wealth, the influence, and the responsibility that are coming your way. The delay is not a detour. It is part of the plan. In those moments when doubt creeps in and you begin to wonder why it's taking so long, remind yourself of God's perfect timing. Remember that, while you are waiting, He is working. He is preparing you in ways you cannot yet see. He is developing your character, building your foundation, and expanding your capacity for the blessings ahead. The wealth you are about to receive is not just for you to enjoy. It is for you to steward, to manage, and to use for a higher purpose. The waiting period is God's way of ensuring that you are ready to receive it with humility, wisdom, and a servant's heart. In the waiting, you are being shaped into the person who can carry the weight of what's coming without being crushed by it. God is refining you, not to make you perfect, but to make you strong enough to withstand the pressures that will come with the blessing. The challenges you face in this waiting season are not obstacles. They are opportunities to grow. The setbacks are setups for comebacks. The delay is God's way of making sure that when the blessing arrives, you will be equipped to manage it well and use it for the good of others. So, do not be discouraged by the waiting. Do not be disheartened by the delays. Trust in the process. Trust that God is preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. The wealth, the success, the fulfillment of promises, they are all on their way. And when they come, they will not only bless you, but they will empower you to bless others in ways you never thought possible. The delay is not a denial. It is the necessary preparation for the divine destiny that awaits you. Trust that God is working, even when you can't see it. His timing is perfect, and in the fullness of time, He will release everything you've been waiting for. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared, and when the moment arrives, you will step into your purpose with confidence, knowing that the waiting was worth it. Wealth is not a mere handout. It is a divine process, a journey that requires far more than wishful thinking or fleeting hope. It is earned, shaped, and cultivated through the trials, the tests, and the seasons of challenge you've endured. You may have looked at others who seem to receive their blessings effortlessly, but you know the truth. Nothing worth having comes without a process. Every trial, every struggle, every moment of doubt you faced was not to defeat you, but to forge in you the resilience and faith necessary to carry the blessings that are now being prepared for you. You were never meant to be an overnight success. You were designed to be an enduring force, a person whose faith stands firm through every storm, whose resilience only grows stronger in the face of adversity. Your journey to wealth, to purpose, has been paved with the bricks of perseverance. It's easy to give up when the road gets tough, when the dreams feel far away, and when it seems like everyone around you is moving faster. But you, chosen one, chose to keep moving forward, even when every step felt heavier than the last. It's in those moments, when your faith is tested to the very core, that you are being shaped and refined. Your faith wasn't meant to be passive. It was meant to be active, to move you, to take steps, to act in alignment with what you believe even when you couldn't see the full picture. That is what has made you ready for what's ahead. Your willingness to keep going, your determination to trust when everything seemed uncertain. Faith is not a feeling, it's a commitment, a decision to trust that what God has promised will come to pass, even when the world tells you otherwise. Every time you continued to push forward, you demonstrated that your belief in God's plan was stronger than any external circumstance. You kept moving, even when it felt like the world was trying to distract you or delay you. There were moments when the noise around you was deafening, when the pressure was unbearable, but you held fast to your faith, and that is why you are now on the precipice of something truly magnificent. Your resilience is not just a mark of your strength. It is the manifestation of your faith in action. It is a testament to your unshakable belief that no matter what the world throws at you, your purpose is unwavering, your destiny certain. Now, as you stand ready to receive the abundance that is coming, know that every moment of struggle has been worth it. Look to the example of Moses, one of the most powerful demonstrations of faith and resilience in the Bible. Moses' journey was not one of immediate success or recognition. In fact, it was a story of years spent in uncertainty, exile, and wandering. He spent 40 years in the wilderness, not knowing that every step was shaping him into the leader he was destined to become. At times, it may have seemed like Moses was moving backwards, like the promises he had received were slipping further away. Yet, It was in those years of wandering that Moses' character was refined. His leadership was solidified, and his faith in God's plan was strengthened. The wilderness was not a detour. It was the necessary preparation for the moment when he would lead millions to freedom. Moses' time in the wilderness was the process that positioned him for his divine assignment. It was there that he learned humility, patience, and the unshakable trust in God's timing. Had Moses been elevated too soon? Had he stepped into his purpose without first walking through the fire of his own struggles? He would have been ill-prepared for the weight of the calling that was on his life. The challenges Moses faced weren't obstacles. They were building blocks, pieces of the puzzle that made him who he was meant to be. Your journey, too, has been marked by moments of uncertainty, of waiting, of enduring the wilderness of life. But just like Moses, your struggles have not been in vain. They have shaped you into the person who can now handle the magnitude of your destiny. You are now standing at the edge of your own Red Sea, ready to step into the promise that has been unfolding all along. Like Moses, you've been forged in the fire of adversity, and now you are ready to see the waters part before you. You are about to walk into the fullness of your purpose, and the faith that has sustained you through the tough times will be the very thing that propels you forward into the next chapter of your life. There is a moment coming when the struggles of the past will give way to the breakthroughs of the future. The Red Sea that once seemed impossible to cross is about to part for you. The obstacles that once stood in your way will no longer have the power to hold you back. The key is that you've never given up. You've never stopped believing. In the face of adversity, you've kept moving forward. And that is the hallmark of resilience. Resilience doesn't mean you're never tired, never discouraged, or never tempted to quit. It means you keep going even when those feelings arise. It means you choose to stand firm in your faith, even when everything in your circumstances is telling you to give up. As you prepare to step into the wealth that has been promised to you, remember that it is not the wealth itself that is the true blessing. The true blessing is the transformation that has taken place in you. You have been prepared to receive this abundance because of your faith, your resilience, and your willingness to trust God's timing. Wealth is not a destination. It is a tool, a vehicle through which you will fulfill your purpose. And the more you are grounded in your faith, the more you will see the miraculous unfold in your life. The strength you've gained through your struggles will serve as the foundation upon which you build a life of impact, of legacy, and of service. The journey you've been on has been preparing you for this moment. Your faith and resilience have been the steady hands that have guided you through every storm. And now, as you approach the fulfillment of your dreams, you can look back with confidence, knowing that the hard times were never wasted. They were building you, refining you, and making you the person you needed to be to carry the weight of the blessings ahead. Your Red Sea is parting, the wealth is coming, and as it does, it will not only elevate your life, but it will allow you to fulfill your divine purpose with strength, clarity, and unwavering faith. You have come through the wilderness. Your faith has been tested, and now it will be rewarded. As you step into the future, hold fast to the truth that the journey has prepared you for this very moment. The best is yet to come. As the floodgates of abundance begin to open before you, it's essential to recognize that wealth, in its truest form, is not just for your personal enjoyment or comfort. It is not an end, but a means, a powerful tool designed to serve a greater purpose. The wealth you are about to receive is not meant to define you or isolate you in a world of excess. Rather, it is an invitation to step into something much grander, a life of impact, of service, and of transformation. This overflow, this abundance that is finally finding its way to you, is not just for your own benefit. It is the resource you need to fulfill the divine calling that has been written on your life. To fully step into this new season, your mindset must shift. No longer can you hold on to the notion of scarcity, of fear, of lack. You are being called to embrace the fullness of abundance, not as a selfish indulgence, but as the vehicle through which you can serve others and build the kingdom of God here on earth. This mindset shift is not merely about having more. It is about seeing the world through the lens of possibility, through the lens of what can be accomplished when you have the resources to do it. The shift from scarcity to abundance is a deeply spiritual transformation. Scarcity tells you there isn't enough, that resources are limited, and that you must hoard what little you have to survive. It is a mindset born from fear, one that keeps you small, keeps you in a place of constant striving, constantly looking over your shoulder at what others are doing or receiving. But abundance, that's different. Abundance says, there is more than enough. What I have is meant to flow, to be shared, to be used to create and build. It is a mindset rooted in faith and trust. Trust that the more you give, the more you will receive. Trust that there is no limit to the blessings God can pour into your life when you steward them with wisdom and generosity. As you step into this new season, you will need to let go of the old beliefs that have held you back. Many of us carry unspoken, deeply ingrained beliefs about money, beliefs that were passed down to us by our families, our cultures, or even our personal experiences. Perhaps you were taught that money is the root of all evil, or that wealth is only for the lucky few. Maybe you've been conditioned to believe that the pursuit of wealth is selfish, or that having too much will make you arrogant. These limiting beliefs are not truths. They are simply the stories you've been told and have allowed to shape your thinking. The truth is that God has called you to wealth, not for self-glorification or indulgence, but for a divine purpose that goes far beyond your own needs. Money, in its purest form, is neutral. It is simply a resource. What matters is how you choose to use it. Will you use it to elevate others, to build communities, to make a difference in the world? Or will you hoard it, trap yourself in the fear of losing it, and allow it to become an idol in your life? It's time to release those old beliefs that have kept you stuck in a cycle of fear and limitation. You were never meant to live in a place of constant struggle, constantly wondering where your next breakthrough will come from. You were created to live in abundance, to live in the flow of God's provision. When you let go of scarcity and embrace the truth that God's plan for you includes wealth that is meant to be used to bless others, you will find that your life opens up in ways you never imagined. No longer will you be confined by the chains of fear, shame, or guilt that often accompany the pursuit of wealth. Instead, you will walk in the freedom that comes from knowing that your abundance is a tool, a resource, a blessing that will multiply when shared. The next step in this journey is to cultivate a powerful vision for your life, one that is aligned with divine purpose. Vision is not just about seeing the future. It is about seeing it clearly, with purpose and clarity. Vision is the picture of the life you are called to live, the impact you are destined to have, and the legacy you will leave behind. When you align your vision with God's plan, wealth and success will follow naturally, because everything you do will be guided by the higher purpose for which you were created. This is why vision is so powerful. It keeps you focused. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you aligned with the divine flow of abundance. When you can see where you're going, when you understand the impact you're meant to make, you will begin to act in ways that align with that purpose, and everything you need will fall into place. Having a clear, purpose-driven vision for your life will also help you navigate the temptations and distractions that wealth can bring. When you have a vision rooted in service, in legacy, and in kingdom building, wealth will no longer be something you chase, but something that flows into your life as a natural byproduct of your obedience and alignment. You will not be chasing money. You will be chasing purpose, and wealth will follow. This shift from chasing wealth to chasing purpose is the key to unlocking the fullness of what God has for you. It's about being the kind of person who attracts abundance because you are focused on building something greater than yourself. This is not a new idea. It is the very essence of how God has designed the world to work. From the beginning of time, His intention was never for us to be in lack, but to be in abundance. In fact, the very first command God gave humanity was to be fruitful and multiply, to create, to build, and to expand. This is the divine mandate that still stands over your life today. You were created to create, you were designed to build, to generate, to cultivate, and the resources you need to fulfill that mandate, whether it is money, influence, or opportunity, are already being released into your life. But to receive them, you must first see the world through the lens of abundance, not scarcity. You must believe that there is enough, that you are enough, and that the wealth you are about to receive is not only for you, but for the world you are called to impact. As you embrace the overflow, let go of the old beliefs, and step into a mindset of abundance, your vision will become the compass that guides you forward. Your clarity of purpose will give you the strength to make decisions that align with your values, to prioritize the right opportunities, and to build wealth that has eternal value. This is not just about having more for the sake of more. It is about having more to give, to invest in others, to expand your influence for good, and to build systems that bring healing, restoration, and justice to the world. In the end, the wealth that is coming into your life is not an accident. It is the culmination of a process that began long before you realized it, a process that was designed to shape you, to prepare you, and to align you with your divine purpose. As you embrace this abundance, trust in your vision, and shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, you will begin to see the world open up before you. The wealth you've been waiting for is not just about you. It's about what you will do with it, how you will use it to serve others, and how you will leave a legacy that points back to the goodness and grace of God. Your vision, aligned with divine purpose, will guide you every step of the way. And in the end, you will see that the overflow wasn't just for your benefit. It was meant to bless the world. As you step into this new season of abundance, it's important to remember that wealth isn't merely about accumulating more for yourself. Wealth, when understood through the lens of divine purpose, is about circulation, how it flows through you to bless others, how it moves in ways that impact lives, communities, and the world at large. The blessing you are about to receive is not meant to be hoarded or held onto for selfish reasons. It is meant to be shared, to build, and to advance the kingdom of God. You are not called to be a reservoir, but a conduit through which the blessings of heaven flow to those around you. Every resource is a tool to be used for greater purposes than your own. The overflow that is coming into your life is not for you to enjoy in isolation, but for you to give, to create, and to multiply. You are being entrusted with wealth so that you can steward it in a way that brings glory to God and transformation to the world. This is a shift in perspective, a realization that the abundance in your life is not just for your enjoyment, but for the expansion of God's kingdom here on earth. The resources you have, the influence you gain, the opportunities that will soon be yours, all of these are gifts to be used for good. As you live in alignment with God's will, your wealth will become a powerful tool for blessing others, for lifting the broken, for supporting the vision of those around you, and for bringing justice, peace, and restoration to a hurting world. You are being called not just to rise up, but to raise others with you. When you begin to view your wealth as a vehicle for purpose, everything changes. You begin to ask different questions. How can I use this to serve others? How can this bless someone else? How can I help build something that will outlast me? This is the heart of true abundance, when what you have is used to empower, enrich, and elevate those around you. So, as the wealth you've been waiting for enters your life, ask yourself, how can I be a faithful steward? How can I use this for something greater than myself? Your life, your wealth, your success is not just about the tangible riches you acquire, but about the intangible legacy you build through your generosity, your love, and your impact. True wealth isn't found in material things. It's found in the difference you make, the lives you touch, and the way you live in alignment with the divine purpose that calls you forward. This is your invitation to step into a higher calling, one that takes everything you have and multiplies it for good. Your abundance is not just a blessing, it is a responsibility, one that will shape your legacy for generations to come. As we close, I want to offer a prayer to seal this message in your spirit. Let this prayer align you with God's provision, wisdom, and divine purpose. Take a moment to center yourself, to breathe deeply, and to receive the words that are being spoken over your life. A prayer to align with divine purpose. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with hearts full of gratitude, knowing that you are the source of all blessings. We thank you for the abundance that is on its way, for the wealth that is being released into our lives. We recognize that it is not by our own strength or merit, but by your grace, that we are being positioned to receive these blessings. Lord, we ask for your wisdom in this season, as we step into the fullness of the wealth and purpose you have prepared for us. Give us the discernment to know how to use it for your glory. Help us to remember that wealth is not meant for selfish gain, but for circulation. Teach us to steward it with a heart of generosity, to use it to bless others, to build the kingdom, and to create lasting change in the world around us. Guard our hearts against the temptation of ego, pride, or self-centeredness. Let our wealth never define us, but let it be a reflection of our obedience to your call. Give us the strength to carry the weight of the blessings that are coming our way. Prepare us to handle the responsibility of abundance with humility, grace, and wisdom. Align our hearts with your purpose, so that every step we take, every decision we make, reflects your will for our lives. Help us to be faithful stewards of the resources you've entrusted to us, and guide us as we use them to impact the lives of others. We pray for clarity, Lord, when distractions arise, when the weight of the world feels heavy. Remind us of the bigger picture, of the legacy we are building, and the lives we are meant to touch. Strengthen our faith in your perfect timing, knowing that all we need will be provided according to your will. And finally, we pray for peace. In this new season of abundance, let us walk in peace, free from worry or fear. Help us to trust that you are our source, and that as we align ourselves with your purpose, you will continue to provide all that we need. May our lives be a testimony of your faithfulness, and may we always remember that we are blessed to be a blessing. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. As you step into the future, understand this: the wealth that is coming into your life is not the destination, it is a stepping stone. The true treasure is not in the things you accumulate, but in the lives you impact and the legacy you leave behind. You are not here by accident. You have been divinely chosen for this moment, for this purpose, for this season of abundance. You are being positioned to make a difference, to build, and to transform. This wealth is a tool for your purpose, for the kingdom, and for the healing of the world. Your future is not just about financial abundance. It is about purpose. It is about fulfilling the call that God has placed on your life. It is about being faithful to your mission and using every resource at your disposal to leave a lasting, positive impact. You are not just stepping into wealth. You are stepping into your divine destiny. As you walk this path, know that you are not alone. God is with you, guiding you every step of the way, and you are surrounded by divine favor, wisdom, and strength. You are here for such a time as this. Embrace the future with confidence, knowing that the best is yet to come. Your purpose is unfolding, and the wealth that is coming your way is just the beginning. You were created for this. You are divinely positioned for this. And now, as you align with your purpose, you will see everything fall into place. Blessings, purpose, and legacy, all flowing together in perfect harmony. The time is now. Step into your future with boldness, with faith, And with the knowledge that you were made for this,